It may not be the deck that you were expecting, but it's super fun and it trolls a whole bunch of different decks in the modern meta. Let's check it out. So today we are looking at my personal favorite troll deck in the Pokemon trading card game. I just recently built this deck. It is Flying Pikachu VMAX, and as you might know, Flying Pikachu VMAX just won the North America International Championships with one of my favorite content creators, Azul GG. So today I wanted to show off a custom idea I had, and it's really fun. So let's get right into it. So Flying Pikachu VMAX has, let's grab that back here. Flying Pikachu VMAX has the max balloon attack for 160 damage, and it prevents all attacks or damage done to it from attacks from basic Pokemon during its next turn. So you can wall out some decks like Suicune V, but it's a really great opportunity to try and use like a stall option. But we also have Flying Pikachu V with its Thunder Shock and Fly attacks, basically just to kind of stall and help you get set up. So this deck, it performs really well. It just beat a Mewtwo V Union deck the other day against my friend HGS7. Which also was in top 4, but this one is a completely custom idea. This is my own deck, which is Flying Pikachu Inteleon. We'll get to Inteleon in a little bit here, but here we go. We have, first off, our 3 Flying Pikachu Vs, so that way we can evolve into our 3 Flying Pikachu VMAX. So it is really easy to get these Flying Pikachus into play. And then we always want to have one backup Flying Pikachu, so that way we are always able to use our Healing Loop, which we'll get to in a little bit. Next up, we have 3 copies of Sobble. Make it a little hard to see, so we will fix that. We have our 3 copies of Sobble. Rapid Strike, just in case we get stuck. But this evolves into our Drizzile line, which allows us to use Shady Dealings to search for any trainer card. Those of you who are not new to the game, you've seen Drizziles probably thousands of times, so you know what Drizzile does. And then we play 2 of the Shady Dealings Inteleon, so that way we can grab any trainer out from our deck. And then we play 1 Quick Shooting Inteleon, just so that way we can fix our math against Crobat V or other support Pokemon with Flying Pikachu VMAX. We also play, gotta keep moving this camera, we also play 2 copies of Mareep and 2 copies of Flaffy. So that way we can Dynamotor on energy from Cheryl. And so we can immediately go back into the attack with another Flying Pikachu, so we are always attacking and they can never knock us out. Then, after that, we have just a couple more support Pokemon here. We have 1 copy of Crobat V, so that way we can draw extra cards if we're stuck. And we have 1 copy of Eldegoss V, so we can grab back any supporter, usually Cheryl, so that way we have that as an option as well. We also play 3 copies of Quick Ball, so that way you can grab out our Pokemon. We only play 3 instead of 4 because most of our Pokemon, basic Pokemon, we can grab out with Level Ball, which is right here. Level Ball allows us to search for basic Pokemon with 90 HP or less, or search out any Pokemon with 90 HP or less. So that means Drizziles and Flaffies can be grabbed with Level Ball 2. We play 2 Level Ball, and then we play 2 Evolution Incense, so that way we can grab Flying Pikachu VMAX, or we can grab either Inteleon. And then we play 1 copy of Hisuian Heavy Ball, So that way, if we do prize a Flying Pikachu or Crobat or Eldegoss or something that's important to our combo, we can grab it out from the prize cards. And it also allows us to know what's in our prize cards. So Hisuian Heavy Ball is a really good card to come out of Astral Radiance. And definitely one to be keeping an eye out for, as we've seen. Then we play 2 copies of Scoop Up Net, so we can scoop up our Drizzles or Inteleons, and we can use their abilities again. Again, this is a super useful combo, and it's been done probably 1,000,000 times before, but it is a really good tech. We play 2 copies of Switch, so that way we can always switch into the right. We can always have the right Pokemon in play if we get like a Flappy stuck in the active spot or something. Or if we need to go retreat switch, so that way we can use Flying Pikachu after using Dynamotor. Then we play 1 copy of Escape Rope, just again, so we can switch, and so we can maybe put another Pokemon that our opponent doesn't want to have in the active spot, obviously, into the active spot. After that, we have 2 copies of Choice Belt, so that way our Max Balloon will either do 190 damage with no double turbo, or it'll do 170, just so that way we're doing a good amount of damage, and so we can 2-shot really anything in the game. However, we can 1-shot Palkia V-Star, which is the best deck in the format right now, so it is a really good counter. Then, after that, we have 1 copy of Air Balloon, just so that way if like Flaffy's stuck in the active spot or something like that, something that is not Flying Pikachu, something that does not have free retreat is in the active spot, we can fix that. We also play 1 copy of Energy Search, so that way we can grab out a basic energy, and then you can use Dynamotor or whatever, just so that way we can keep the deck churning and keep it consistent. We play 1 copy of Tool Scrapper, if they have like a Cape of Toughness, or if they have something that is like beneficial to them or harmful to us, we can get rid of it with our Tool Scrapper. We also play 1 copy of Ordinary Rod, so we can grab back our Sobbles, Drizzles, really any of our Pokemon that might be useful in another combo to try again. Or to grab back energy if we're running out. And then we play 1 copy of Pal Pad, so that way we have access to any supporters, again, if we have used them already. Now, for the supporters in this deck, we have 3 copies of Cheryl. Let me move that over here. 3 copies of Cheryl, so that way we can always heal our Pikachus. It is very useful, and it is also incredibly toxic if you can continue to not get 1-hit KO'd, and then you can go in with Flying Pikachu again, and they just cannot do enough damage to knock you out. We play 2 copies of Professor's Research, so that way we can just discard our hand, draw 7 cards. 2 copies of Marnie for hand disruption. We play 2 copies of Boss's Orders in case we need to stall more, or if we want to put up a vulnerable basic or something that can't attack. And then for energy, we play 3 double turbo energy, so that way we can guaranteed attack every turn with our Flying Pikachu VMAX. If we Dynamotor on, if we Cheryl are active, then we retreat into and then we stay there. We can go Dynamotor double turbo, or we can go with another benched. We can go Dynamotor double turbo, and then we can attack again with Max Balloon and prevent all damage from basics. So we can always consistently use this combo. And then we have 7 basic electric energy. It's a little messy here, but that's alright. 7 basic electric energy, just so that way we can use Dynamotor, and so we can use our Max Balloon. A couple problems with this deck is that sometimes it starts off poorly, and that kind of like is a cascading effect where it just ends up being a bad matchup for you. Miltank is also a problem, and the only attacker you can use if Miltank gets into play is Rapid Strike Inteleon, which is not exactly something we want to do. So if you do encounter Miltank, it's really going to be more of the battle of the stall if you can just keep using Max Balloon. But yeah, that's going to do it for my Flying Pikachu VMAX deck. If you have any questions, just let me know. If you have any comments or anything like that, you know where to go. If you want to support the channel, a like and a subscribe would be so great. We just hit 200 subscribers, so I'm so thankful for everybody on our support so far. If you want, you can follow me on Twitter at PikamonOfficial. We just reached 330 followers on there, so we are really starting to make an impact here on the Pokemon trading card game community. I really want to thank all of you for watching, and God bless.